Many, many years ago, surrounded by the harsh ocean waves, there was a small uninhabited island. When it was discovered, the monarchists seized it for their own. The citizens under this monarchy lived a healthy lifestyle and were hard-working people. They tended to be very stern and private. Most arose early at dawn and worked ceaselessly until nightfall. Monieden became highly meritable and produced goods to trade with the other islands nearby. The citizens of Monieden strive to trade with minimum interaction, for they preferred to keep to themselves. Hardly anyone on the island ever fell sick unless it was due to an overindulgence of fresh berry mead, a drink the town proudly grew, produced and boasted. The king, Edwin Monieden, lived a regal life of luxury, for since the island's discovery his family had remained on the throne. The island of Monieden held festivals every year. However, one of the festivals, called the Renewal, was held once a decade. This festival celebrated the island's monarchy, rankings, discovery, and recruitment. It also consisted of what they called the cleansing. During the cleansing, the island ridded itself of any unfortunates, which were people who were mentally ill or disabled. The monarchy always boasted of the island's hard workers and their good health, declaring it law for every single individual to earn their way. Everyone had to fulfill the obligation to the island and its needs. To remain vigilant, the monarchy would convince the families that this was God's will, and that the undesirables were either sinners or people possessed by demons. The renewal festival always required weeks of preparation. On the night of the last renewal festival Monieden ever held, the citizens were merry, drinking berry mead, laughing and dancing to live music. They celebrated the island's prosperities by cheering and giving thanks. Many tables were filled with plates of fresh and delicious homemade food. After the supper, the fireworks began as they shot high above, igniting the sky. The neighboring islands knew of the festival and could always hear the laughter, fireworks and music during the celebration. The bright lights in the sky could be seen from afar. After the fireworks had been shot off, King Monieden gave a thoughtful and scripted speech he had prepared on the growing merits of the island. After the speech, the island became quiet as the cleansing ritual was soon to begin. A heavy, barred gate opened. One by one, the undesirables, who were tied and chained together, marched forth. The abled were scourged with whips as they were violently forced to walk into the sea. The ones who couldn't walk were dragged by their chains. The people of the island yelled and cursed at the undesirables, even though some were their very own parents or close kin. This continued until every single one was consumed by the cold, merciless and punishing water, which was illuminated by the harsh light of the full moon. After the cleansing was finished, Fireworks and music resumed, followed by laughter and celebration. After a short while, King Monieden gave his final speech for the night to explain the processes of both the celebration and the cleansing. As he was boasting about the cleansing, a foul breeze filled with murmuring echoes seeped through the air. Deep, pained moans could soon be heard in the wind swirling around them. The king looked up and saw that the moon had become blood red. He felt as though it was looking directly at him and the people of the island. At that moment, the undesirables who had just been consumed by the sea rose from their watery grave. Just as before, those who could not walk were dragged, but every undesirable had eyes that were blacker than the deepest black. The king realized there was no escape and listened as the sound of the rattling chains grew louder. He ordered his men to attack, but no soldier was strong enough to overpower the black-eyed undesirable. For nearly an hour, the nearby islanders could hear loud, blood-curdling screams before everything fell into eerie silence. The following morning, those who had heard the screaming set out to the island of Monieden. But when they arrived, they found no signs of life. There was no blood, and there were no bodies to be found. The tables were all still set for the feast, but they discovered buckled chains strewed across the ground.